Next Step ND is a local nonprofit geared towards providing financial services and programming to human trafficking survivors. Their message is so important, and they have a fun fundraiser coming up called Purses for a Purpose. And here to talk a little bit about the event, we have Lisa Hansen joining us. Thank you so much for coming in today. Before we talk about the fun event, I do just want to get a little more information about Next Step ND, who you guys are.
Right. So I started doing this work about 8 years ago, fighting human trafficking in the FM area in North Dakota. And we're like a relationship building organization. We help survivors get back on their feet and establish back in the community after shelter care or treatment places. And so yeah, it's a relationship building, and we help raise awareness and education in our community with events and speaking engagements as well.
Which is so important, because I feel like we have this conversation, but sometimes people still don't believe that human trafficking is an issue here. Can you talk a little bit about the fact that it is here, the numbers and what you're seeing?
Right. So it is here. I get that a lot. People think it's a global issue. When I started this, to be honest, I also thought that too. So once I started educating myself, I found out that it is here in Fargo. And there are a lot of things in Fargo that obviously that draw this. We have a couple interstates that run through here. So we have truck stops, and that's a big issue is the truck stops. It's kind of a red light district here. We have a strip club. We don't have any safe housing. We only have a couple units here that actually help provide direct services to trafficking victims. So, and there's a lot of obstacles once they get out of that to get back on their feet. So that's where we come in. And
you touched on this. Could you expand a little bit more on the services that you provide?
Right. So typically we get requests from shelters and advocates who are working with survivors of trafficking. It's not just women, it's men as well. People don't realize that. There's a lot of labor trafficking as well in North Dakota. And they have a lot of needs coming out of the shelter. We've helped a lot of women in getting established just in an apartment. They literally come with a backpack to start over again. And so we do like all other furnishings in their apartment, from furniture to beds and bedding. We help with rent. Car needs, gas. We do utilities, food, clothing, daycare. We help with medical expenses. So we really don't turn any needs away that any requests we get from our shelters.
The basic necessities that so many of us just take for granted.
Right.
So obviously there needs to be some money to help support these people. Can you talk about, this is a great event that you have coming up. Purses for a Purpose. Can you talk a little bit about this?
Right. So Purses for a Purpose, we started this as a fundraiser 3 years ago. We had women bring a purse, and we stuff it with toiletries that women typically don't get in shelters. And we also have a wooden cross in there that's tied with a note from us. It has some scripture and just a note of hope that we're here for you if they need anything. And the event this year is on March 31st. And it's an awareness and education part, because we have a great panel of community people, some officers and people that actually working with survivors here. So we have appetizers, and this year we grew out of our last venue, which was my church. And so we had to find a new venue. So this year we're at the Avalon, and people can go on our website and purchase tickets.
Okay, tickets are still available?
Yes, they are.
$25 online, $30 at the door.
Yes.
Still have some tables?
Oh yes, we have tables.
Okay.
So people can go on our website and get all the information.
An important fundraising event as well.
Absolutely. We run completely off donations. So this is our big fundraiser per year. So.
Well, Lisa, thank you for doing what you are doing. And mark that on your calendar, March 31st, to help out as well. Stay with us. Coming up next, we have another Wish Wednesday next here on North Dakota Today.